Hey everybody, CVH here, and today we're going to have some highlights of Goblins on the Ladder. Goblin Assassin was actually the deck I used to hit Legend with this season. Yes, to be clear, this is August 2017. Goblins are a bit of a throwback strategy. The card, one of the most important cards, Murkwater Savage, and all the Goblins really that we're playing today are from the core set, so they've been out the entire time the game has been in existence. And while I'm playing a couple cards from Heroes of Skyrim, like Deepwood Trapper, and even some Fall of the Dark Brotherhood stuff like Brotherhood Slayer, this deck is basically a really old concept that you might have seen before. A lot of the Goblin decks are very green heavy, as you can see here. I have chosen to splash blue for the 3 Lightning Bolts and the 1 Queen Bear and Zaya, just to make sure we have that crazy good Nimble Ally proc rate, and all the Goblins are, in agility of course. But this deck performed really well. There's a lot of different aggro decks you could play, and I just threw it together just to have some fun with it really, because Goblins are a lot of fun, flooding the board and buffing them all up really quickly, and taking some surprise victories. But the deck went 19-3, right through rank 1, like a hot knife through butter, and then continued the wins into Legend, and you'll see a couple of those games in today's video. So I definitely recommend giving it a shot if you're looking for an aggressive deck, but you're kind of bored with the options currently. Just take it old school. Just play some Goblins, buff them all up with Murkwater Skirmishers, and the Murkwater Savages get out of hand. You even get that nice 3-2 on turn 1 sometimes with the Butcher. And the Deepwood Trapper functions another 1-drop for the deck. A couple other standout cards for Goblins that have come out recently are the Gloomlurker from Heroes of Skyrim. This card has been actually amazing in this deck, protecting the most important cards in the deck, which are oftentimes going to be the Goblin Skulks, which search out the Murkwater Goblins, the Mournhold Traders, which you push a lot of damage with, and you don't want them to die very quickly, and also the Murkwater Savages like we just mentioned. This card also used to cost 2, by the way, so back in the day this was a much more popular deck than it currently is. Then, of course, you have the Murkwater Skirmishers to buff them all up really quickly, and hopefully close the game out from there. This deck took a couple turn 4 victories, and definitely a solid amount of turn 5 and turn 6 wins. The only card later in the game that we even have is Tazcad, just in case we need that extra bit of reach. It's perfectly reasonable there. You could also play Ancano, but I did want to keep the green out really high for this version. I would also like to mention how good House Kinsman was during the games I was playing, particularly against other aggressive decks, but also just because of the almost unstoppable damage against a lot of these control decks too if they don't have a silence for it. You play it and you threaten to hit for 3 every single turn, and if they kill it, you hit for 3 and you get to gain 3 life. So even sacking your own Kinsman sometimes in a full lane can really win you a race against another aggro or mid-range deck. But overall, this deck was a lot of fun and highly successful. Obviously, I think the sample size is a bit small, but definitely an overlooked archetype right now. And I hope you guys give it a shot. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, stay subscribed to the channel, follow my stream in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Here's some Goblins on the Ladder. Are there good OTK decks? Not yet. And probably not really ever. Sure, they don't want too many decks like that in the meta. Can you get Skyrim cards from that? I'm pretty sure no. There's like a different looking pack for legendaries in Heroes of Skyrim.
I'm ready for anything.
Actually, like a solid 7.5 Chronicle, but you were close. Definitely close. It's important to get a good night's sleep. It's also important to top deck Mournhold Trader. For a second, I thought that follower Polka wasn't going to make it into the cup. Some good beginner decks. I have some budgetify decks on my YouTube channel. Some budget content there. Recommend checking out Legends-decks as well. Oh, I drew Tazcad once, Carl. I didn't play it that game, but I drew it.
Just give me an A.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
Legends-decks.com will have some user submitted decks, tons of different things to look at on that site. And we also have a meta snapshot on my site. You can see some of the top tier current decks that people are playing. Link to those things. Now, streaming and watching, you get the same algorithm applies to you, which is fine with me, man.
It's nothing personal.
That's not necessarily fine with me. What a swing. I'm sorry to hear that, Warlord. I figured Control Mage. Looks like I figured wrong.
Of course I'm on your side.
This deck isn't too expensive. I'm only playing 2 legendaries. There's a good bit of epics though, and a lot of the epics like Murkwater Skirmisher, for example, not a great card in non-goblin decks. An Exodia type deck? My god. Crazy, man. It's craziness. But I respect the crazy.
I'm ready for anything.
They cannot hope to outwit me. They cannot hope to outwit me.
Well, it can't be lightning bolted. Yeah, drops are changed. They added some new prizes. And, a sad Thief of Dreams. They added some new prizes, but they increased the frequency at which people get drops. Or they decreased the cooldown, I should say.
We will seize
So you
our
theoretically
own
can
fate.
get drops at a faster rate. I feel like I probably would have attacked there first if I were going to see what prophecy I might have gotten. You have a lot of damage. Even more damage.
All too simple.
Alright, House Kinsman just kills him. Damn. That turned into an awful lot of damage. Nuts, man.
No, get out this one.
Yeah, see, Whitey Byrne
Illusion
also
Mage
got
is never as he seems.
the one of the old school drops as well. They're still definitely available.
Your story.
Not all the drops are equal. They never said they needed to make them all equal. That was never their plan, to make them equal. At no point was that a guaranteed thing. Drops have different value. Guess we can keep these two. Yeah, any semi-viable UTK so far has been nerfed pretty quickly. I expect that'll just be a thing they
Of
do.
course I'm on your side.
You couldn't get it linked to Steam, really?
Didn't see this
What was the
coming,
problem
eh?
there?
I'm ready for anything.
Kind of want a witch too, just in case he has a shadow shift. And also to make sure I have this skulk next turn, even if he has removal for this or something. Somewhat reasonable, right? Do I even want a skulk? Oh, he's that kind of assassin deck, huh? That's solid too.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
You
Hail,
can't
friend.
beat me.
Hail, friend.
Just give me a name.
May you walk on warm sands.
Yeah, 50 gems is low. I mean, it's surprisingly low, but it's just meant to be the worst drop.
By the 8th, they will meet their makers.
It has 81 upvotes. I trust it. Oh, the maple shield.
Just know how to make them.
The old school version with the maple shields, man. I dig it.
It's nothing personal.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
Nice, Cena. That's actually the first one of the day. Obsidian Lich, dude, thank you very much.
A donation to the Voice of Reason, so that he may buy coffee or energy drinks to battle the demon of lethargy.
Thank you very much, Obsidian Lich. You have contributed successfully to the coffee and/or energy drink fund. My opponent has become the king of Maple Shields. Thank you very much, Obsidian. That's very generous of you. I do appreciate it. Fortunately, I think we're good on coffee and energy drinks right now, so will be preserved for the future when they become a hot commodity again. I think I'm just gonna go Kinsman Gloom.
Didn't see this coming, eh? They cannot hope to outwit me.
Alright, let's hope this was correct. I mean, game kinda sucks, but... They also don't have any drops in that game. Double mace is really bad for me. Kinda surprised he's trading at all. Alright, what am I looking for? He has 20 damage, it stands to reason that he can just kill me next turn. I'd like another thing in the Shadow Lane anyway, so let's just sack the Kinsman, and maybe that means we don't die quite as often as we previously would have. I mean, it's okay to like different games for different reasons. I don't mind if someone says they like Hearthstone more. I will say I don't fully understand drops being the deciding factor there. It should be one of many. Personally, I think the gameplay is just way more fun in this game. But you know, there's a game for everybody. And not everyone's gonna enjoy this game. It's only 26 damage, man. I think we're good unless he has another Maple Shield. God, I don't know. Why is that a thing that I have to say right now? Oh, he has the Maple Shield! No! The last Rune Lightning Bolt. Oh man, he could have probably bypassed that last rune though, to be fair. Yeah. So I don't think that always happens, but you know, if there's one time we deserve the props to Lightning Bolts when they make the choice to not bypass the last rune. Phew. My main problem, I mentioned this to Pete earlier. He asked my opinion on tournaments and what I'd like to see for this game. So you know I put in some good info. But like a lot of it was badly organized. Like when I had to play an open a day, it wouldn't have been that bad. Even the RNG would have been reasonably okay to deal with, given the amount of prize pool we're fighting for. Like the opens were all no money, badly organized, third party, bad admins, take forever, single a limb, best of 3, formats whatever you want, have to take screenshots every round. One time I missed out on the prelims because the tournament organizers didn't report that it was sanctioned to Blizzard in time, and I would have gotten 3 points for winning that tournament. It's like a 128-man single limb tournament, took forever, and I just missed out on prelims by 1 point. It was like, it just feels shitty, you know? If the game's already gonna be going down the pooper with card design, at least have a tournament scene that works from the ground up, and it just didn't for me. It was really obnoxious to grind constantly. So even though we don't have a tournament scene for this game yet, I'm confident that they will do way better. I think I just throw this out there with the expectation that that's going to be huge and need to be traded with next turn. You're playing Altar Assassin? Nice. Can you include Nkano? Oh yeah, for sure. Nkano's good. Maybe it should be in here, actually. I'm trying to keep the green count really high. He has an expensive, well, he has a suited up item, so I feel like I have to play this over the Kinsman, or Kinsman won't be able to kill it. Yeah, honestly, turning anything into it too, like maybe a Skulk for Nkano. I don't know. You don't cut Tazcat for it, that's for sure. Sightless Skulk's been really overperforming though. Good card.
The watch is mine.
That's actually a really obnoxious combo.
Blood and fate.
Is it Noob Trap Warden, or is it just a 412 with Regenerate? I think that's what it is, man. Really regretting cutting those shadow shifts.
The forest is ours.
Seemed right in the moment. Just gonna jam it. Yeah, the thing about our deck is it doesn't answer that ever. So we're just gonna have to erase the Ysera with Guard and Regenerate on turn 4. It's in the other lane. If there was only one lane, this game would be over. Well, no, because then it would have died, but now it'd be pretty over. Wow, this guy is just not having any of my shit right now. He's probably got Ring of Imaginary Might, but not this turn, thankfully.
The forest is ours.
Yeah, that's better. It theoretically sets up lethal if he does nothing. Oh yeah, JND. Yeah, the stream started late and I'm probably gonna end it soon, but that's because I was on Bethesda's stream earlier. You guys can go check that out on twitch.tv/Bethesda. Hanging out with Pete, playing some Arena. It's definitely a lot of fun. But yeah, this, as you can see, 86% win rate in 21 games. Oh dude, I'm glad you're liking it, Arkham. Yeah, clearly he has stuff to do, right? At least we know he can't move it over. But yeah, one of the most important things is lane placement in this game. And almost always there's like a correct and an incorrect way to place. It's usually not something you can just brush off as, oh, it probably won't matter. It really matters, even on a clear board. And it can feel like a little bit overwhelming, but this guide breaks it down really easily. So hopefully you find that somewhat helpful. So if we went for another Skirmisher, it's 8, 9, 10, 12 damage.
The forest is ours.
I can just play this over there for,
Ready
you
for anything.
know, the whole why not reason. No problem, yeah. Generally you want to start in the field lane and fight for the field lane. We lost the field lane very early to a 412 Guard Regenerate this game, and clearly we do not have even the thought of expending enough resources into that to kill it. So we're just going to race in the shadow lane. Yeah, when I came from Hearthstone, lanes were like the one thing I wasn't sure if I'd like, but they turned out to be like the main thing that I think makes this game better, honestly. The fact that you don't just win the entire board with like one big creature, the fact that you have to choose from an early point, like how you fight for the field, the implications of cover, it's all really important. And wow, beat the 412 Old Gate Warden, not bad. Not bad. It's like this is in the wrong lane. Man, GG.